Hey everybody, welcome back to Potter on the Water. It's springtime here, believe it or not, and we're about to go out for the season opener here, bit of an icebreaker, and just getting ready to roll here. There's my little Potter in the background, and my buddy's Guppy, and the Alberg 22. We're still waiting on a couple of other people to show up, but little gray and overcast here, but anyway, hasn't snowed yet, so we're still on the plus side. Catch up with you in a bit. Alright, so here's Brian and his little Guppy, and there's the Alberg in the background. It's still blowing pretty good here. Kind of gray and crappy. We're waiting on one more person to show up, so I'm not sure. We might get away tonight, we might get away in the morning. Well, good morning. We ended up staying the night here at the marina, and so some folks stayed in the boats, so you can see there's the Alberg there in the background. It used to be my boat at one time, and the snapping turtle siren right there, that's Beth and Megan. And then Brian's boat, the Guppy, it's hidden in behind the Alberg. You can't even see it, it's so little. And Stefan's just getting his little Potter ready to roll, and we're waiting on one more person with another siren that should be showing up here in the next little while. And then we're gonna get off to probably out to Beausoleil again. And we got up this morning and there was frost on the roof of some of the houses, so a little bit fresh here, but anyway, we got all the survival suits and all our gear ready to go. We're gonna hit the water here. All right, so we got the other Potter in the water here, and so our other friend has just shown up with the siren. He's just up there, up the ramp with the red and white one. So we're gonna let him know where we're going. We're gonna head around Beausoleil, and we'll probably meet him over there. All right, so here's Anton's boat. It's a 74, I think, siren, one of the earlier ones. So this will be his first overnighter. Yeah, so that's the good thing with doing these weekend trips. We get folks that are going to be coming out now that, you know, they just want to kind of dip their toe into some cruising. Weekend trips are great for that kind of thing. You can get out with some friends and, you know, maybe people that know the area and have cruised a little bit themselves, so get all kinds of tips and techniques from them. All right, here we go. We got the survival suit on here, got my fancy Mad Trapper hat on, and just waiting on the guys to come out now. And we're gonna probably end up motoring up the bay here because it's right on the nose. But it almost looks like the sun's gonna come out. It's funny, the last few days have been really cloudy, so we see the sun and it's like, oh my God, is that a UFO or what the hell is that bright thing in the sky? Anyway, on our way. All right, there's the other Potter on the water. Stefan's just getting his gear ready there. Here we go. All right, our first all-female crew here. Look at this. It's the girls in the snapping turtle. Look at them go. All right, so Deanne and Roy showed up yesterday to have coffee and some lunch with the crew. And of course, Dee never forgets about us. She made us banana bread. So I'm delivering it here from boat to boat. So here comes Stefan. So the great thing is when you get a few boats out that you can get shots of each other's boats because you never get shots of your own. Oh, there goes Stefan. I wonder when the tornado hit my cabin. Look at that. We'll have to get that cleaned out later. I brought everything but the kitchen sink. I brought some extra stuff, like I brought a couple of stoves. I want to just test out a few different things while we're just on a short trip. So yeah, lots of extra blankets and stuff too. So there we go, a little bit of a breeze again. Got that nice splish splash sound hitting the waves. Nice steady breeze here. Wow, we've even got some blue stuff up in the sky over there. I don't know what that's all about. Lovely sail coming across the open part between the island and the mainland there. And now we're heading up the east side of Beausoleil, and just nice little ripple waves, but we still got a pretty good breeze, so really nice. Getting a little peckish though. Time for some lunch. Just zipping along. We're just heading a little downwind now, and just enjoying this day. Man, it is beautiful. A little cool, like you want to be dressed for it. I got the mitts on today for sure. But yeah, really nice breeze in here. It's awesome. We made it into the dock here. It got a little hairy there, a couple of points, but had to dump our sails a couple of times. But in here, it's pretty good. We're fairly protected. A little bit of breeze still. I can see Brian and Anton off in the distance there. It looks like they're motoring across right now. So they should be here pretty soon. And it's lunchtime, baby. Yes, sir. A pot of the finest craft dinner. Have a look at that cheesy goodness. All right, here comes the boys now. Brian in his fancy little guppy. Anton swinging in his siren there. Awesome. How was it?
About 25 knots.
Yeah, that was pretty wild, eh? All right, dishes are done and now they're drying. Boat's a little bit of a mess, but we're gonna go for a little stroll here and burn off some of our lunch. Give you a little look around here. A little look. Anton had some issues with his furler, and ended up flogging his jib, unfortunately, just because it was one of those deals where it wouldn't furl and it wouldn't unfurl, and the wind was blowing about 25 knots. So anyway, he got it all sorted out. Now we're going to go for a walk and burn off some lunch. So we're on the island here now, and this is like a permanent tent, like a base tent with one of those really rubbery coverings on it. Kind of cool. Sort of like a cross between a cabin and a tent. Lots of picnic tables, and it's a really nice spot. I bet you it's just jammed in here though in the summertime. And if you look off in the distance there, you can see the boats tied up on the dock. All right, these are all locked up right now because this is still early in the season.
But there is a possibility that the other way, because the guy said that there's washrooms there, I think.
Okay.
Last year, so maybe those are the composting ones.
Yeah, because they have composting ones as well that they don't rely on the plumbing, so they don't have to worry about opening and closing.
Those are just last.
So.
You know? Yeah. I don't think they're close to it.
So the water's pretty low here right now. Look at how much of a beach there is. Last year when I was here, there was no beach at all. So water's really low. Really nice though, big long beach. And this is where the old docks used to be apparently. So we're just kind of out exploring. It's such a nice day, but it's still kind of cool. Stefan and I still have our survival suits on, even though we're out walking around.
Freaking cool. I'm good now.
Yeah, it was cool when we were sitting on the boat though.
Holy shit, that was cool. Yeah.
Sailor, if you want to call it.
Alvin 25 is really good boat.
Yeah. And I want to do the French Canal.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
All the way down through parts of Switzerland, maybe, and I think that'll be such a great trip.
I read 2 books on that exact trip.
Well, I tried out my new stove this morning for the first time with the toaster, and Didn't really work as well as I hoped it would, to be honest, because it's the flame on this is a little too direct. So I think it's a bit of a combination of the stove type I've got, and the flame just comes straight up. And the bottom plate of this toaster, so my other one was like a round plate on the bottom and it was steel, and it kind of spread the heat out a little bit more. And I also used it on my butane stove, my bigger one, my flat one, and it has a bigger ring of fire that goes around, so it gave you a much more even heat. This one I ended up taking it and putting it like this, and then it was almost like one of those toasters in a restaurant that you put it on a conveyor belt and the toast moves past the heat source kind of thing. So I was like stick handling it down with a spoon. But of course the other thing you could do is just pick this up and hold it and toast it down, and you end up with kind of stripy toast. So anyway, maybe not the perfect setup, but still worked for this morning, and I still got my toast out of the deal. So there we go. We're talking stoves this morning.
Yeah, so I don't have those, so that's what I need then.
Oh, it's completely reliable. Works at any temperature.
Yeah.
It doesn't flare up.
Yeah.
And they don't make them anymore.
They don't make them anymore.
No.
I got that, but yeah, so I need the cover. That's what mine does on the cover. I don't want to leave that open and a boat, right?
All right, so we're slowly getting packed up here. We almost hate to leave this nice spot. It is just beautiful. After a couple days of really cold weather and wind, we just kind of cut right through you. It's nice to just sit and relax and enjoy the sun. But we can feel a little bit of breeze starting to ripple across the water, so we're gonna get rolling. All right, so we're away from the dock here finally and underway. Just a nice light breeze and the temperature's kicking in. We got some nice sunshine. We might even hit double-digit temperatures here. Imagine that, 10 degrees, 50 degrees for you folks that still use the old system. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us here now. The ladies went home yesterday, and yeah, so anyhow, we're gonna head around to a place called Gin Island. Just gonna tell you right now, it's false advertising. There's also another one called Free Drinks Passage that we didn't have any luck at either. But anyway, off we go. All the sails are up and all the motors are off. Oh, these are like grade A sailing conditions here, especially for this time of year. We've got just enough wind to sail along. You can sit on the low side, drink your coffee. You got some nice sunshine. Enough wind, like I say, to keep you moving, but not so much that you're freezing to death. That's the only thing with this time of year. When you get a really good blow, it just cuts right through you with the cold water. The water temperature is really low, and it just makes your teeth chatter. Well, our wind didn't last very long. Here we are. We got the motors going. There's Brian and his guppy. And this really gives you an idea of the size of this boat. It looks big until you see somebody standing in. Now Brian's about 6'6", so it really is like a clown car kind of a boat, but he's got it set up so nicely inside. He completely restored this boat, took it from a complete wreck, took the top off, separated the hull from the deck, and just totally rebuilt it. Absolutely beautiful. And there's our new friend Anton just in behind us here in his siren. Got his sails all sorted out. Much more calm day for him today. Great to see. Just got our motors running here for the next little while. And you can just see it's like a mill pond out here, just the opposite of yesterday. So we always end up with these little flies. I don't know if you can even see them. This time of year, we just call them mayflies because that's when they seem to come out every year, and they just swarm. They don't bite or anything, but they get stuck all over your glasses, and they tend to like to hang out in the leeward side of everything. So anyway, they're out again. All right, here we go. There's Anton ready to roll again. We're just checking out all our plans here. Had to fill up with some gasoline, so he waited for me. Look at that sky, just beautiful. So the wind's gotten light again on us. Still moving along, but not at any kind of speed. We're going to see if we get up to Gin Island or not today. We'll kind of play it by ear. Today's the kind of day you could make lunch on the boat because there's not a whole lot going on. So we might just do that, have a little snack while we're sailing along, and just keep on sailing. There we go, a little downwind, wing and wing here. We're gonna head into the little harbor just over in here behind this island for lunch. And there's like sort of a museum kind of a place. It's called Discovery Harbor, and they have all kinds of old ships and boats and all kinds of stuff in there. There's activities for the kids and all sorts of things. So anyway, we're gonna just kind of zing in there and drop the hook, have a little bite to eat. So this is the Discovery Harbor area, and you can see there's like little houses all along here. I think they have it set up like a little sort of a pioneer village kind of a thing. And you can see the center down there, and in the summertime they have large old style ships that are in here, sailing ships. I think there's actually one at the dock there right now. Not too large. I think the tall ships even came in here at one point. So it's kind of a cool thing. All right, so it's lunchtime and we're having Canadian beef ravioli. For those of you that follow the channel, you know I'm an international guy. I had some American beefaroni back in the fall. So we're gonna have this. We're trying out this new stove. I brought a couple of different things to test out this week. So I got this new stove. It's just a bigger version of my micro one. This one might actually be better for my toaster because it's got a bit of a wider flame. So I'll have to try that out at some point too. But right now, it's ravioli time. All right, Eric, what's for lunch today?
Mexican rice and Polish sausage.
Wow, speaking of multinational lunch, Mexican rice and Polish sausage. Brian, what are you having?
Carrot and Canadian Nutella.
Carrot and Canadian Nutella. They call that. What's it called?
Beaver tails.
Beaver tails. That's the stuff. Just put that on your beaver tail and munch in. Gotta love that. Here we go. Have a little closer look at the village here. Had our lunch. All tasty. I thought I was having soup actually until I opened the can and realized no, it's ravioli, not chicken noodle soup. Oh well. It was pretty tasty anyways. Kind of a neat little spot. Be cool to see this in the summertime when all the activities happen. But there looks like there's a little old sailing boat here, quasi ship. So we're gonna zip down and take a closer look at that too. So you can see up in the shore there, looks like a couple of gig boats, rowing boats with several stations. Down to the dock, they got some big barrels waiting for us, probably full of rum. They knew we were coming. There's one in the back there called the Tecumseh. I didn't even see it. And looks like they just got to get the mast stepped on that for the season. And this one looks to be maybe slightly smaller. Looks like that might be a schooner. Historic wharf. Very cool. Imagine running up and down the rigging on that in a storm. Look at the size of that bowsprit. Yowza. Woof. Big oars on that bad boy. All the belaying pins there at the bottom of the mast. Big rudder, tiller sticking up the top. What's the name on this one? Is it the B? Yeah, the B. There we go. Very cool. So apparently one of these folks here, one of these two boats, I think it was that blue one off in the distance, stayed here all winter with the ice around him, and a whole bunch of the locals were all nervous. They thought he was trapped in the ice in a survival situation, but he's like, no, just leave me alone. I'm fine. I guess he had a bubbler set up of some sort or something to stop the hull from getting crushed, but anyway, looks like he made it through the winter all right. Well, it's been a lot of fun. We had about 6 boats out for this one, 7 people, and 3 of them brand new to our little sailing group here, the Can-Am Dinghy Cruising Association. And nice to see 2 potters on the water this weekend, and soon we'll have more, because I know Hugh's going to be out with us this year as well. And anyway, whatever you've got, whether it's a potter or some other kind of small micro cruiser, feel free, look us up and join us out on the water. We have got lots of events. I think we've got 11 or 12 this year, and we're going to be everywhere from down in the Thousand Islands all the way up to the North Channel in Georgian Bay. So look it up and come on out and join us and have some fun. Well, just driving on the way home here now, stopped to get a quick bite to eat, and I realized that I've got quite a bit of sunburn here. I'm looking like a raccoon. There's like a straight line across my face. I look like I'm down a quart because I had my hat on and my sunglasses. So anyway, it was all a good time this weekend again. Until we see you next time, folks, keep smiling, keep sailing, and have fun. Bye for now.